Sammy had queen nine of spades.
Raise 1,000.
Hit me with the queen nine of spades, huh?
Well, the rich portion of the deck appears to be
35.
rising to the surface here. Bruno with 2 kings. Opens and
I know
gets
Landon's
3-bet
coming
by
after you.
Landon's ace-9 suited.
I'm just sitting here.
Koon wakes
You
up
might
with
look
8s.
too.
What do you think? He goes set mining out of the big?
It's a good question. It's always a little uncomfortable when you're not closing the action. Let's go. Spinning the wheel that Bruno doesn't have a hand that can re-raise. This time he is going to get some bad news.
And while maybe there are some occasions on which Bruno would choose to slow play these kings out of position against Landon, with Koon in there, he is far more incentivized to apply pressure. Try to whittle it down to heads up and capture some dead money. Up we go.
Raise 12,000.
Tice wastes no time mucking the ace-9, and he leaves Jason alone on the island.
Pretty deep. Do you go set mining here? Or too much of an investment for being out of position? Pretty close.
8,500 with 20 in the middle. Getting just about 2.5 to 1 on the call, which is not the right odds for hitting a set by any stretch, but the implied odds are there. And
The implied odds are a little tricky when you're against someone like Bruno, because he might just be kind of empty. He seems to be a little loose, so when you do hit your set, you don't always double. You got to factor that in a little bit, right?
yeah, sure. Good point. Although when he's 4-betting, how light is he? And this is actually a really problematic board, I feel like, for Jason, as we see Firth smashing quad kings. He's a pip up from the 7 on the board, which doesn't rate to be a hand or a card that's involved in Bruno's range here. And now it becomes sort of a guessing game as to whether or not Bruno
2,500.
4-bet with a pair here. I tend to feel like the ace-king is sort of the bottom end of his range here, although we certainly know that he's capable. Just because it was a 3-way pot, I don't know.
Call.
I'm talking about the unpaired range, obviously. I don't think the deuces through 7s are involved. Now the board double pairs.
Check.
Really doesn't change anything whatsoever for Jason. Bruno just has so much hand here.
Check.
Can't blame him for checking back. He's completely nutted. Now the ace might be a saving grace for Jason, because the ace highs that maybe he was catching now just hit a pair.
Check.
Boy, if he makes this milky sizing, I'm really interested to see how Jason will react if he comes with like 13,000,
yeah.
right?
Bet 16,000.
A little more weight to it than we anticipated, but nevertheless, it's in that value range. But is it in that range because he has a value hand, or Is it in that range because he's trying to tell a tale? That is the decision that Jason Koon is faced with here.
I'm about to
Sitting
call
on
you
two
the
eights.
dumbest fucking hand you've ever seen. I'm seriously about to call you like the most ridiculous hand. I'm not even kidding. I'm about to call you with 2 8s in my hand. Can you believe that? It's the most bull. Either you got
Not
the whole
only-
damn shebang.
Does Bruno believe it? He encourages it.
That'd be silly, wouldn't it?
And that's not Jason just being some kind of tough guy there when he says that. He's trying to see Bruno's reaction.
Oh, wouldn't it? Looks like I have jacks. You don't value bet an ace.
You agree that Bruno doesn't value bet an ace on the end here? He just goes to showdown with it?
I mean,
I think so.
so stupid.
You think he'd
you're so
value
out
bet?
of line here.
I mean, now I think he should. Now that eights are thinking about calling, but I wouldn't.
They should be. I mean, it's just so stupid. I just really think it's like the dumbest hand, like something really silly. I mean, these are the spots. It's like, they're just so. You're probably just a really good poker player, and if that's the case, this would be the worst call ever. I actually do feel like it's something really silly. And the actual worst possible hand I could ever have here. Just 8 of clubs, 8, and just want to call your ass. How funny is that?
Maybe Leisure Shirt Flamingo Edition is doing its job here.
It's absurd, like it's so stupid, but I really feel like you're completely full of shit. This is what live poker's all about, Landon. So you get here with some wonky ass hand you're not even supposed to have, and you look at a man and you say, you just don't have it, man. And that's where we're at. That's where we're at today. But the problem is he bluffs with suited kings and suited aces. So like, am I just wasting everybody's time here? Maybe, I don't know. Or maybe you just have Jack 9 suited and you're doing something silly. I don't know. No, you just bluff with a Jack in your hand or not. Maybe you would. God. It's my old man wisdom just telling me you're full of shit. Or you just have the whole board. That's a thing too. So, what am I doing?
Working through it.
Okay, 12, 24, 75. And I guess I definitely don't have to do that. Three was close, flop was close. River's not close, but I really want to fucking call you, man. God, dude, this is such a garbage fucking hand. Just take it.
So scared you were gonna call me.
Keep these. Save us at 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So scared you were gonna call me.
There's the whole board, or he's got nothing.
At least you have discipline.
So maybe
I just called.
live poker.
I think I only flopped one full house.
I haven't had.
I just meant at
one
least
fail.
a full house.
And
Oh,
one.
no,
four
no, I
of a
had two
kind.
pair ones.
You flopped 1-4 of a kind, and the pot already had $27,000.
You're doing
That's
just
pretty
fine.
sweet.
Yeah. You're doing just fine.
28.
28, yeah.
Had my
That was an
Had my
ambitious
35.
hand by me the whole way. I did have a club. I did have a backdoor flush draw on the flop.
you had some help just in case.
Yeah.
What's up?
I was.
Wish your hand could have been just like one pair worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Only one pair, yeah. Would have got him. Would have got him real good.
Koon flops a king.
Does that look like a man who
After
cold calls sevens?
raising
Calls with
under the
four bet
gun.
with sevens?
Probably not, man. Probably out with the sevens. I think the eights were.
Check.
Tice
I was getting.
checks
I
back
was
his
eights were
jack
getting
9
reachy.
and
Yeah.
turns a
If
two-way
you guys
straight
had
draw.
sevens and kings, I'd be sure it was a fake hand.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I would just. I don't know. I'd call the FBI on this place. Yeah, you're
Me
winning
too.
I would still call, man.
I was winning way
would know
before they got
something's
here.
up. I was winning
I was winning way before any of this happened.
Caught a hanger, Sarge.
3,000.
Koon probably
Yeah,
didn't
like-
have the sevens. He
no,
just
like-
knew it was a setup.
Kings and
He's like,
tens
this
for
dick can't be
Jason.
real.
Yeah, like Jason sees,
Yet he
Jason sees
checked
the marked
once
card,
more
and it's like that
to
fucker,
Landon, who
like,
bet
messed with our
3K
marked cards.
and
Like, let's score him.
finally a safe-looking river for Jason.
Check.
But they let him cool someone to stall it. That way he'd be a little deeper for it. It's a real long card to get him.
Hold up. How
Okay.
much was that?
25,000.
Yeah.
Well,
Sure is. Let me.
this is pretty brutal here as
9.
Jason's thinking, finally I get a clean run out, and suddenly Landon comes out bombing.
Damn, I got a big hand. You just hit me with it. Getting intensive in here.
25K
You guys need to
into
lengthen
nine.
this show another couple
That's
hours. You
almost
might see a
3x.
500K pot. Damn. All right. So check.
I'm
He's
not
hitting me with the,
on.
with the mega bet here.
So Jack in his hand,
Got
blocking
multiple pairs in my
Broadway.
hand. Can you believe that?
I would love to hear about this hand after. Maybe we interview Landon.
Bluff needs probably be jack nine.
This
Wow.
might be just a,
Did you hear that?
a ZFG.
Koon said if you're bluffing me, it would probably be Jack 9. Is literally what he just said.
Just stop it.
It's real easy.
This whole time, I thought that the cards had backs on them. Little did I realize
Wow.
that X-Ray Jason here just looks right through him. And how discombobulating is it, by the way, when you're sitting there trying to hold it together
Yeah.
and your opponent just soul reads?
Queen's a good one. Don't
And Koon trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together here. He raised pre, Landon flatted on the button.
Maybe threes.
Jason somewhat under-repping his hand by checking. Landon checks back, then the 10 rolls off.
It's pretty easy to just have queen jack.
And Landon bets 3,000, which Jason calls, and I think that queen jack is really all that's on Jason's mind right now. Because it certainly is the kind of hand that would be in Landon's button flat range. Well, Jason had a front row seat last time Landon pulled something like this against Chrissy B, and he had ace 8, having made trips up against Chrissy's king.
Gotta say, Landon does not look nervous. We see his feet under the table looking a little nervous, but the rest of him is good. Question for you, Ali. Do you think that Landon makes this bet targeting a hand like Jason has? Does he expect the king 10 to fold here? Or
I don't
just
think
a
he
one
has
pair
Jason.
kind of?
I don't think he has Jason on kings up.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe a king or an ace. Man. Oh, I thought it was going in there.
Are they done at 7?
No matter what Jason decides here, just tip your hat to a man that understands this game so well.
It's the muck. Wow. Wow.
You said Jack 9, so I got to show the Jack 9.
That's really impressive.